Hello, lovely humans. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, today I have a big conversation followed by a little bit of yoga, maybe a lot of bit of yoga. But this morning I was asked, why do you think bad things happen to me? Like, why do you think nothing's working out, like in all the areas? And I was thinking about it. If our vibrational match on how we're showing up in the world doesn't really match who we are or what we want to be, and I know this sounds crazy, but just hear me out. If our vibrational match of what we're putting out into the universe is all of the ways we're programmed to be thinking, like our negative self-talk and the nothing ever works out for me stories, then the universe is going to meet you with that. Does that make sense? And so I was thinking about it. How do we raise our vibration to match who we want to be or who we are becoming? And that's like the work that I do. Now, the cool thing is, the yoga practice is about embodying the work that I do. And so today's theme is be a vibrational match for the world. Show up in a way that really models who you are becoming or who you want to be. Now, here's the thing, this word manifesting has been thrown around a lot lately. And so I'm trying to find another word for manifesting, but I don't quite have it yet. But the idea is, it doesn't matter. Like if you have a negative thought, it's like, today's going to be a bad day. And you're like, oh man, I ruined it. Today's going to be a bad day. It's not how it works. Because to reprogram or reframe how we think in the world takes a little bit of time. But if we can have these conversations and then start to embody it a little bit, really cool things happen. So today in the yoga practice, I want us to move a little bit, get into our bodies, notice what that feels like, and start to change the dialogue of how we are showing up in the world. So come to your mats. Place your left hand onto your belly and your right hand onto your heart. And start to tune into your breath. So nice long inhalations, nice long exhalations. And I want you to find the sweet spot of how you're standing. So if you notice that you're leaning too forward, or you're leaning too back, or your feet are externally rotating, find the place that really allows you to be grounded, to be centered. Because with a solid foundation, the things that we start to align ourselves with will start to flow a little bit better. And then repeat this affirmation. I am, all good affirmations start with I am. I am aligned to the high frequency of love, gratitude, and compassion. Breathe into that. I am aligned with the high frequencies of love, gratitude, and compassion. Exhale anything else that might get in the way. Anything else that might get in the way. And inhale even more love, even more gratitude, even more compassion. And you can change any day around. with how you see things, with how you reframe things, even with setting clearer boundaries in your day. Inhale, love, gratitude, compassion. Exhale, any old story. Take 2 more really big breaths. So inhale for a count of 6 and exhale for a count of 6, allowing your belly to expand first. So inhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do that 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Release your hands. Inhale, reach the arms up. Grab your right wrist, stretch over to the left. Inhale back to center. Grab your left wrist, stretch over to the right. Inhale and exhale, fold. Inhale, look up, lengthen the sides of the waist, and exhale, right leg back. Come down on your back knee. Keep your back toes curled under. I'm all about more engagement in our practices. And with your next inhalation, reach the left arm up. And then make big circles with your left hand. Now, if reaching down to the floor, keep making the circles. If reaching down to the floor is too much, then use a block and then circles in the other direction. Beautiful. And then exhale back to center. Lift the heart, reach the arms. Exhale, touch the earth. Step forward, look up. And exhale, fold. Oh, God, that feels good. Inhale, look up. Lift the heart. Love, gratitude, compassion. Exhale, left leg back. Come down on your back knee. Lean into the left hand, reach the right arm up. And then big circles. As soon as I warm up, I will take my sweatshirt off. And then the other direction. Beautiful. Oh. And then touch the earth. Squeeze the legs in together because we're looking for more power. We're looking to change a state, to change our vibration. And our actions are going to reflect that. So show up strong, not floppy. Reach the arms up. Oh, beautiful. Touch the earth and stretch back, downward facing dog. Now, I do want this yoga experience to be for everyone. So if you're new to yoga and downward dog feels really uncomfortable, bend your knees a lot and stick your butt back. And that's going to help kind of take some of the weight off of your hands. So sometimes I'll see this kind of action. It really needs to be this action. So however you need to modify, you can also be here. This is a really great option. And then inhale, come forward. So either on your knees or one straight line. And then lower all the way down. Interlace your hands behind your back. Make the tops of your feet really heavy. And inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, lower down. Set your hands underneath your shoulders. Stretch back, child's pose. Oh, beautiful. 2 more breaths here. See if you can get your sit bones a little heavier to your heels. This is just the pause, the regroup. And then inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward to join your hands. Inhale and rise, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale. Exhale, fold, and you can do that with bent knees, nice and slow. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, right leg back again. This time, we're going to move a little bit deeper. Inhale, reach the arms up. And if you need to modify, you can be here. Beautiful. Exhale, open up towards the knee side. So you're twisting towards the left. And then inhale back to center. Drop your back heel. Heel toe your front foot to line up with the middle of your back foot and make your way into warrior two. Try and drop your shoulders away from your ears. Squeeze the legs together. Remember, we want more power. In order to change the frequency of something, we have to connect more deeply. One more breath. Bring your back hand down, open the palm, and reverse. Beautiful. Inhale, come up. Push off of the back leg and step forward. Inhale. Exhale. Roll all the way down, touch the ground, release the head. Inhale, look up. Exhale, left leg back. Back knee up or down, you get to make that decision, but scissor the legs together, stay connected to the body, reach the arms up. On your next exhalation, twist towards your right knee. Push the back heel away, bend deeper into the front knee. You can also be right here. Inhale, back to center. And you're going to drop your back heel. Heel toe your front foot. So your front heel needs to line up with the middle of your back foot. Bend the front knee, warrior two. Now it's not about stretching even longer, but it's about hugging in first. Remember the intention of changing the frequency of our body, which is going to take a little bit of strength, a little bit of breath, a little bit of calm. Gaze over the fingers of your front hand. Back hand comes down, open the palm, and reverse. Oh, that should feel good. Bend the front knee a little bit deeper. Inhale, come on up, and exhale, step forward on your mat. Right back to the center. Close your eyes for a moment. Is there a situation in your environment that needs to be changed, where you know you're showing up at a lower frequency than you really desire? Let me give you an example. You have a friend that has been requiring a deeper conversation to move through something, but yet every time you show up, you meet them where they're at, even if it's no longer resonating for you. But yet you find yourself back in that environment that doesn't feel good. There's like friction. The way I describe it is You're trying to fit a square peg in a circle hole. So there's a little bit of friction. And maybe nothing comes to mind, maybe something comes to mind. How could you change the frequency of how you're showing up to match who it is that you really want to become? And then inhale those higher emotions of frequency: love, gratitude, compassion. Exhale an old story you might be telling yourself. If your eyes are closed, open them. Step your right foot back, left foot forward, back into that heel to arch stance. Bend your front knee, bring your elbow to your thigh, and bring your hand to your hip. Slowly start to open up the shoulder. Now, you can move deeper as long as it doesn't compromise your position, your breath. You can use a block and then reach the arm over your ear. If it's tight on the shoulder, keep your hand on your hip. The idea is that you're starting to open the right side of the body. If your arm is reached, you can bring your gaze. Remember, if it compromises your breath, back it off. Think about lengthening your tailbone as you're scissoring the legs. And from the tips of your fingers all the way to the outer edge of your back foot, be nice and strong. One more full breath. Exhale from your pelvis, release down towards the earth. On your next inhale, come back up, warrior two. We've been here before. Reverse warrior as you exhale. Inhale, come on up, straighten the front leg. Hinge forward, reach your left arm forward, bring your hand to a block or to the shin, and extend your right arm up. I'm going to bring my block behind my foot this time. It's just going to allow me to open up and connect a little bit deeper. 2 more breaths right here. What might need to hug in more and what might need to release? And then exhale, touch the earth, unplug the back foot. We're going to meet at the top of the mat, but if you want to step back and take a flow, go for it. And if you just want to step forward and hold it, go for it. Beautiful. Inhale and rise, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's go to the other side. Left leg back. Sorry, left leg forward. Did we do this side? We did this side. Left leg back, right leg forward. The problem with filming these classes all by myself is there's nobody in the classroom to say, wait, we did that side already. I've changed directions. Make sure that your right foot is forward and your left foot is back, or do your other side. Beautiful. Heel to arch stance. Exhale, bring your elbow to your thigh or your hand to a block. Start with your hand on your hip for a minute and start to open the left shoulder. So if you're here, I want you to think about wrapping the right side under and opening the left side of the body. Beautiful. And then maybe the arm over your ear, and maybe your gaze can follow. I want you to think about keeping your throat open. So if your head is dropped here and you're really kind of crunched in the pose, it's really hard to take a deep breath. So what position would allow for the breath to flow? Because just like a frequency, if we can find alignment and stability in our practice, in our poses, we can find alignment and stability in our frequency. It matches. This is just a reflection of everything else going on in your life. So reach through the fingertips and get heavy through the back leg. One more breath. Inhale, we've been here before, warrior two, gaze over the fingers of your right hand. Bring the back hand open and reverse. Now we're going to find our way into Trikonasana, triangle pose. So push into the front leg to get the front leg straight and slowly start to reach forward. Hand to your shin or a block, left arm up. Gaze towards the left hand or straight ahead. And breathe. Nice long inhalations, nice long exhalations. Heavy through the back leg. What does alignment in your life feel like? We've all had these experiences where things have flowed easier than they might have been at another time. So we know the contrast. Can you find it in your pose? One more breath. Touch the earth, unplug the back foot, and step forward. Or step back and take a flow. We're going to meet at the top of our mat. And while you're flowing or resting, I need to go grab my dog. Don't worry about us, Charlie. We're just filming a video. Okay, back at the top of your mat. Inhale and rise, reach up. And exhale, hands down. Beautiful. Okay, come back to the top of your mat. Stand nice and tall. This is where we started. You want to find this sweet spot, right? So not too forward, not too far back, but right in the middle. And go back to your breath. Let the belly expand, then let the chest, almost like you were filling a pitcher of water. And then exhale and release. One more. And exhale and release. Okay. We're going to go through a flow, a series of standing poses. It's everything we've done and a few extra ones for balance. Take your time with it. You can pause, you can modify, have your blocks close by. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale and bow. Bend your knees if you need to. How do you know if you need to? You don't want extra stress on your low back. Inhale, look up, side body long. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back, plank, top of your push-up position. Push through the heels. You can be on your knees. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, hands underneath your shoulders. Cobra or upward facing dog. No tension in the low back. Try and make sure your shoulders aren't by your ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Bend the knee, open it up. Oh, yeah. On your exhale, step your right foot forward, come into a heel to arch stance. We've been here before. Windmill the arms. If the step through was really challenging, then go ahead, make sure that your front heel is grounded. So once we get up here, you can adjust your stance. Extend the arms up, warrior two, bend the front knee. Soften the shoulders away from the ears and scissor the legs together. From the pelvis, lengthen down towards the earth, and from the pelvis up through the crown of the head. Bring your backhand down, open the palm and reverse. Take one full breath here. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, elbow to thigh, reach the arm over. Alignment in our practice can help find greater alignment in our lives. Greater alignment brings better frequency. One more breath. Inhale, come on up, straighten the front leg. Open the palm, hinge forward, Trikonasana. Front leg is straight. There should be no knee pain. If you tend to hyperextend your front knee, push the mound of the big toe stronger and micro bend your front knee. One more breath. Bring your hand to your hip. This is where balancing is going to come in. Bend your front knee. Push off of the back leg. And then inhale, left leg up, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Now, if your balance is really off, go ahead and find a wall that you can lean into, or keep all fingers on the ground. So you're here instead of here. One more breath. And then slowly bring your hand down. Square your hips off. You're going to take your left knee, tuck it behind your right, and come onto your knees. So your right knee is in front of your left. Now I'm going to make this look easier than it is, but I want you to sit back. I'm going to face you. For many of you right now, the sitting back isn't going to be an option, and your knee is going to be up here, and you're going to be like, this doesn't feel good. This frequency right here doesn't feel good. So here's the options. If you cannot find right knee over left with your legs or your feet out, then you're going to lay down on your back. And I'll show you the other option. So this is called Gomukhasana, cow's face. And this option is exactly the same as the sitting up option. But I want you to push your feet away from you. So imagine that you were trying to reach to opposite sides of your room and draw the knees in. Or if you're sitting up, you're going to push the outer edges of your feet down into the mat, but you want to try and ground your right hip. And you can either sit up, you can start to fold forward. If you're laying down, push your feet away from you and hold wherever that feels appropriate. So you're working your outer left hip and your glute. Take a couple of breaths right here. One more breath. And then slowly release. Okay. Option one, cross your right ankle over your left thigh, and then bring your hands forward, step or hop back, take a flow, or stretch back, downward facing dog. We're going to meet in downward facing dog, and we're going to do the whole thing again on the other side. So left leg lifts, bend the knee, open the hip, push into your hands, draw the top of your right thigh bone back more, root your heel back. And on your exhale, step your left foot forward, come into a heel to arch stance, windmill. This is where you get to look down and think, how can I adjust my feet so my alignment is good? And you can use alignment and frequency interchangeable, because with good alignment comes good frequency. The energy flows better. Extend the arms. Gaze over the fingers of your left hand. Make sure you're softening your shoulders. And breathe. Back hand comes down, open the palm, keep your front knee bent as you reverse. And take a full breath here. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, elbow to thigh, reach the arm over. Lengthen your tailbone down. So it's one straight line from the outer edge of your back foot to the tips of your fingers. Move deeper if you feel that's appropriate today, but not if it compromises anything. You don't want to close off the flow of energy. One more breath. Inhale, come on up. Straighten the front leg, but don't lock it. I can show you another trick. If the tendency is to hyperextend and you're always getting a little bit of pain in your knee, take a block right under your calf at an angle and ground your calf into the block. That's going to help it from hyperextending. And then come into Trikonasana. It doesn't matter to me how low you go. A lot of people will want to get their hand down, but then they're here. And I know I'm exaggerating, but come up a little bit higher. One more breath. Bring your hand to your hip. Grab your block if you want to use a block. Remember, bend the front knee. Push off of the back leg for Ardha Chandrasana. The more you can flex your top foot, now being our right foot, the more boundary you're going to create. You might have better stability. If it's really off, you can lean against a wall or keep fingers, all the fingers, on the ground. So there's lots of options. One more breath. Touch the earth. Remember where we went. Gomukhasana. So you're going to take your right knee behind your left and then slowly have a seat or lay down. I've showed you both ways. Flex your feet. If you are sitting up, you're going to try and ground your left sit bone. If you're laying down, keep pushing the feet to opposite sides of your space. And breathe. Nice long inhalations, nice long exhalations. Two more breaths. And then slowly uncross, left ankle on top, hands here, step or hop back, take a flow if you like. Downward facing dog. Come down on your knees, take your knees as wide as your mat, big toes together, stretch back, child's pose. If your knees don't like this, then your hips are going to be up a little bit higher. Take a couple of deep breaths right here. Two more. Beautiful. Bring your hands up. Come onto your hands and your knees. So neutral spine often will mean that there's a little bit of curve in the low back. You don't want to collapse completely. Draw the belly in. Inhale, tilt the pelvis, look up. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, draw the shoulder blades off the back, release the head, the neck, the shoulders. Inhale, look up. Exhale and round. Inhale, look up. And exhale and round. Beautiful. Inhale, come back to neutral spine. Extend your left leg behind you, curl the toes under across the body. Look over the left shoulder. Push your right hip over to the right. I think I sound a little congested this morning as I'm recording this. Just putting that out there because I know I'm sniffling. Okay, inhale, leg comes back up. Curl your left toes under and maybe even take the left foot over to the left. And then slowly start to open the right arm. If you want to move a little bit deeper, the right arm can come up. You can also reach the right arm over your ear. But by all means, your right foot can stay down. One more breath, wherever that is. And then slowly, you're going to step your right foot in between your hands. Heel toe your right foot forward a little bit, and then slowly start to shift your weight back. Good time for blocks. The higher up, you might be able to get a little bit deeper into your hamstring. Move your inner thighs back. Push the mount of the big toe forward and draw the baby toe side back and breathe. Nice long inhalations, nice long exhalations. I knew I would warm up. I'm hoping that you have also. Okay, one more breath right here. Try and draw the toes back a little bit more. And then slowly slide back. Heel toe your right foot out now as wide as your mat. Bring your hands to the inside and drop your hips. Walk your back knee back. So you're going to have a couple of options. Option one is, this is perfect frequency for me. I feel it in my hip. My knee feels okay. This is good. Option two, lean over to the left hand, drop your hip, bend your left knee, and with your right hand, grab your foot. Different frequency. It's okay if you don't have your foot, and you're here. Take a few more breaths, wherever that might be. And then slowly release. Plant your hands down, curl your back toes under if they're not, and step back, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, come down on your hands and your knees, tilt your pelvis, look up. Exhale, draw the belly in and round. Inhale, look up. And exhale, round. Inhale, back to neutral spine. Extend the left leg up, take it across the body, curl the toes under, look over your right shoulder, push your left hip over to the left. Get quiet enough that you can start to feel parts of your body releasing. I just heard parts of my spine opening up. And then slowly, you're going to take your left leg back to center. I'm going to give you my back. Take your right foot out a little bit. Slowly start to open the left side of the body. Your foot can be down. Your foot can be up. Your arm can be over. One more breath. And then you're going to swing your left foot forward. Blocks are appreciated at this time. If you don't have blocks, you can use soup cans or vegetable cans or water bottles. Heel toe your front foot forward and then shift back. Dig your heel into the earth and isometrically pull it back. What is the frequency that you are aligning to? And breathe. Slowly slide your foot back and take it out. hands to the inside, drop your hips. Now you can walk your back knee back. And I say that because I have seen a lot of people will be here and they're right on their kneecap. And then they try and bend their knee and they're rolling over their kneecap and they're like, this doesn't feel good. And then they roll their mat and it still doesn't feel good. So you can walk your back knee back. I'll show you where you want to try and be more at the bottom of your thigh bone. So that's like above the kneecap. So see if you can get there. And then option 1, lean into the right hand, drop the hip. Option 2, pull forward a little bit to lift the knee up. When I pull forward, I already fire up my hamstring. So it's like a safer way to move where I might not get a Charlie horse, but sometimes it still comes. Push your foot into your hand or just be here. And remember what I said, either one is fine. Slowly release. Bring your left toes so they're facing forward. Push off of the back leg and step forward. And fold. Let your head go. Inhale and rise. Reach the arms all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Back to the place in the middle. You can close your eyes again or soften your gaze and turn back to your breath and just notice. Do things feel a little bit more aligned? Is the breath moving a little bit better? Two more breaths. Lovely. And then very slowly open your eyes. Come back to the top of your mat. Okay, we're going to do a pose called dancer. You might need a wall. I'm going to give you my side view. I want you to ground through your left foot and bend your right knee and catch your foot. So here. Push your foot into your hand and your hand into your foot. Ground, keep your standing leg nice and soft. And slowly as you push your foot into your hand and your hand into your foot, because remember what I said, that's going to create a bigger boundary, which is going to give you better resistance or stability, and start to hinge forward. And as you start to hinge forward, reach the left arm. And you can bring your hand onto a wall. You can bring it onto a chair, the edge of wherever you are, or bring your arm up, look way past your fingers. Now there is a sweet spot here. Take 2 more breaths wherever you are. Beautiful. And then slowly come back and release. Shake out the standing leg. I'll face this way. Ground through your right foot. Catch your left. Now, if balance is really hard for you, just use something that you can find a little bit of support with. You don't have to struggle. This is what I want to say. Drop your left foot for a sec. Pause. If you are someone who you find yourself on your yoga mat struggling all the time, not really wanting help, not wanting blocks, not wanting the wall, getting angry at yourself, think about that frequency. The frequency of disappointment, maybe shame, maybe stupidity. What is that alignment? Do you see what I mean? It's okay. Use what you need. Take the help. With setting an intention, such as aligning with frequency, we want to make sure that we are in our most optimal place. Ground through the right foot. Then grab your left foot. Soften your standing leg. If you're super rigid, where else in your life are you like rigid and hard? Try and soften just a little bit. Then reach the arm and start to hinge forward. Look past your fingers on something that's not going to move too much and take a few more breaths. Are you also finding yourself that you're holding your breath? Exhale into the right leg and into the left leg. And then slowly inhale to come up and ta-da, release. Beautiful. Okay. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up. Bend your knees and have a seat. Set your right leg in front of you. Make sure that it's really straight and really active. Bring the sole of your left foot to the inner thigh. I did say straighten your right leg, and then I started to mirror you, and it doesn't quite work from this angle. So right leg straight, left foot to the inner right thigh. Move the fleshy part of your butt cheeks away. Now, this is also what I want to say. There should also be a natural curve in the low back. So if you're sitting here, I call this slouch asana. Do me a favor and roll the back end of your mat up and sit up on it. It's just a small little lift, but what it does is it tilts the pelvis forward a little bit, which will give the low back a little bit of a curve. And then inhale, left arm up, and exhale, come across. Walk your right hand forward, bend your elbows, and lay your forehead down. Inhale and look up, and exhale and fold. One more time. Inhale and exhale. If this feels like you're hanging out too much and maybe you want some more support, you could take a block. You could even take 2 blocks and you can rest your forehead. This feels like a good frequency, the frequency of relaxation. And if it's not what you need today, then you don't need to do it. 2 more breaths right here. And then inhale and come on up. You're going to take your left foot, either bring it to the inside of your right foot or to the outside. Give your knee a hug with the opposite hand or arm. Inhale again to lengthen the low back. And exhale and twist from the belly. And then inhale and lengthen and twist from the chest. Inhale and lengthen, shoulder back. Inhale back to center, and let's take the other side. Left leg out, right foot to the inner thigh. Move the fleshy part of your butt cheeks away. Reach the arm up, come across. It's okay if you can't grab the outer edge of your foot. You can also hold your outer shin and then fold. Remember, wanting support for your head is not a bad thing, and you can build it up as much as you need. Here, here. Inhale and look up, and exhale and see if you can fold even more. I also want to say, if your low back doesn't love to be in this kind of flexion, maybe you have some discs out of place, any bulging discs, this forward folding action is not ideal. You can sit up more and work at getting the curve in the low back and being a little bit more upright. And maybe this is what it looks like. So the body is really cool because when the body is out of its optimal place, out of alignment, it will let you know with sensation. And especially in intentions such as raise your vibration, right? Like align with a greater frequency. Don't go too deep into a pose. That's not going to work for you. And inhale to come up. Take the foot across or keep it to the inside. And I say keep it to the inside because if you're a larger person practicing yoga, taking it across is going to feel really constricted. If you keep it on the outside, you might actually be able to twist a little bit deeper. You can decide. And breathe. Last thing to go over is look over your shoulder, lift your chin. Beautiful. Inhale back to center and release. You're going to unroll anything you were sitting on, lay all the way back. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Extend your legs, rotate your ankles. Excuse me. And rotate the other direction. Bend your knees out to the side and either hold your ankles or see if you can grab the outer edges of your feet. Happy baby. And then see if you can lengthen your tailbone and your shoulder blades draw into the mat. A few more breaths. And then slowly release. Bring the feet as wide as your mat. Take your arms up over your head. Drop your knees to the right. Grab your left wrist and stretch the whole left side. Oh. And then inhale, center. Drop the knees to the left. Grab your right wrist and stretch. Inhale, center. Extend the legs out. Take them as wide as your mat. Take your arms out to the side, palms up. Now, if your body, your low back doesn't like to be flat, my suggestion is to take your blocks, bring them as high up your thighs as possible. So again, this is going to draw the top of your thigh bone back in, and it's a very calming, neutralizing space to be. You can also move closer and do legs up the wall. Go back to your breath for a count of 6. So inhale for a count of 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, belly rises. And exhale, belly draws back. Two more. Inhale. And exhale. One more. And exhale. Find your own rhythm of home base. Nice long inhalations, nice long exhalations. And let everything go. Place the frequencies of love, gratitude, compassion in your heart and release anything else that doesn't serve you. Even as you think about love, gratitude, compassion, notice what kind of vibration that leaves on your heart. And as you go about the rest of your day, check in with your frequency. Where are you aligning yourself? What have been the negative thoughts coming in? And can you quickly acknowledge them, release them, and rethink something different? Start to notice how your day unfolds. Take as much time as you need in Shavasana for yourself. And I will see you again soon. Namaste.